How's it going, folks? Antoine here with Core Cutter Lifestyle and Tech, and today I'm going to be unboxing and testing this PremWing indoor amplified HD antenna. As you can see right here, it has a 80-mile range, and I believe the price was about $40 on Amazon. Pretty decent reviews, 3.8 out of a 5-star rating with over 50 reviewers. And the biggest complaint from the reviews was that it didn't work for them. That's why I always say, folks, before you buy an antenna, make sure you go to like dtvmaps.gov or Antenna Web or No Cable and go to their DTV reception map. And, check your area before you purchase the antenna. That'll save you a lot of money. So what really stuck out to me about this antenna was the design is very distinctive for an indoor antenna. Dome shaped, very smooth plastic, very well designed, I must say. I really liked it. I really like the design. So let's see what all comes in the box. So we just got the antenna, our user guide, and I believe this is a thank you card. Says you can shop and win. But just going over the directions, you can use it with or without the amplifier, and of course you need to have it by a window. That's pretty basic, and they also show you how to connect it if you're using a converter box and so forth. So just look at the antenna itself, just very smooth. I mean, very great touch. Very smooth. I just love that feel and that design. And 10-foot coaxial cord. The amplifier is built into the coaxial cord as well, so that's different. Most amplifiers come separate, but this one, it's included in line with the coaxial. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm gonna hook it up. I'm gonna run a test with it with and without the amplifier, and then I'm going to compare it to a couple of antennas I got here. One of them is the TV Freeway Gold. Both of these antennas have very distinctive designs, so I figured why not put them against each other. This one is a 30-mile range. It's not amplified at all. Pretty basic design. I don't know if you guys remember the first one where it wasn't gold, but this one, I believe I bought this from Walmart for about 20 bucks. Just looked at the reviews. It has about a 2.5-star rating over 5 stars. It just has horrible reviews. I did a review on it, and it doesn't work that good. But depending on what area you're in, that's what's going to determine. But I'm gonna put it up against this one, and I'm gonna put it up against my homemade antenna. I'm gonna put all these up against each other, see which one gives us the best signal. This one is just foam board, couple strips of aluminum foil, RF transformer, popsicle sticks. I mean, dollar store items right here. Just some antenna designs I was testing. I'm gonna put them up against each other, and they all gonna be in pretty much the same location. But let's go ahead and test it out. All right, folks. So the first test is going to be with the amplifier. As you can see, we got a red light that lights up when you connect the amplifier. So let's go ahead and stick this in the window. Pretty much the same location as I stick all my other antennas. And let's go over here and get this scan going. All right, folks, so we got 50 channels here. We're just gonna browse through some of them and take a look at the signal quality. Now, channel 6 Fox, that usually I could get that with a paper clip, so that's not really that big of a deal. Let's see right here. Now 13-2 Me TV, that's a pretty tough channel to get for my area. 17 as well. especially 17.2. As you can see right there, the signal is kind of weak. Still just browsing through. I know for me personally, the toughest channel for me to get is PBS, and I didn't get PBS, so just gonna keep going through them. Up 22, so pretty decent amount of channel. Now channel 30, that's okay, let's go back. See, maybe that was a fluke. So 30 is not in there. So 30 was in, I was out. 42 is a fairly easy channel for me to get. Good signals on them. Let's go up to a channel that might be tough now. 44, all the home shopping networks. Those are kind of tough for this location that I'm in my apartment. What else? 46 is a pretty tough location. Just gonna keep on just browsing through. Just 47. Now 47 is a channel I rarely see. I see you get a weak signal on that. Yeah, definitely. 47. 60 is another one of those iffy stations for my area. Just gonna browse through. Now I'm just setting the tone for the other antennas. Let's see. 68. That's usually pretty easy to get. Now 68-4. I don't normally get that one. But yeah, PBS is the hot channel. As you can see, it skips over. Let's see, I don't know if you guys see it, but it's skipping over channel 10. Just gonna show you right quick. Yeah, so it's skipping over channel 10 and it's going straight to 13. So we're gonna test it without the amplifier. So let's go back into the menu and run this scan. Just gonna pull the amplifier out. Just pull that out. And so you're already getting some pixelation. All right, so our next test is going to be with the TV Freeway Gold. All right, so big shocker here with the TV Freeway Gold. I'm getting, so if we go up here, I'm actually getting channel 10, which is PBS. All right, like I said before, PBS is a hard channel to get in this part of my house. I believe it comes in on high VHF. So for me to be getting a channel like that, all right, we got the homemade antenna hanging in the window, and channel 10 is still coming in. So that's telling me something good right there. But let's get the scan running. So with my homemade aluminum foil antenna, I'm getting 52 channels. But let's browse through and see what kind of signals we looking at. Just going through it. So we're getting a normal signal on my PBS stations. Like I say, you know, PBS is the toughest station for me to get, but they have a lot of content that I like. National Geographic type of content, cooking, DIY. So we're still getting 17, 20. All right, folks, to wrap this up, we're here at the desktop. We're just going to do some DTV reception map comparisons based on my results. Kind of calibrate what, the information that these different websites are giving us. So we're going to be using Antennas Direct, fcc.gov/DTV maps, and Antop, and maybe, no cable. These are the references I use. So we know that I got one of the toughest channels that's hard for me to get in my area, and that is PBS. Now all the websites are saying that PBS is pretty close. So Antennas Direct saying it's 0.38 miles. FCC.gov is saying it's 1 mile. Let's see, right here we at Antop. Antop is saying that we are, let's get off of that. Alright, come on now. Alright, Antop is saying that we are 2 miles. And No Cable is saying that we are 1 mile, I believe. See, where's the distance at? So that one's saying 56 miles, but this one right here, so 2 miles. So we out of Birmingham, so 2 miles. So it's fairly close, but what needs to be taken into consideration when you purchasing an antenna is the terrain. So Alabama is mountainous, a lot of hills, a lot of slopes and mountains and all that, so there's going to be some interruption between the distance from certain antennas to where I stay at. So over here at fcc.gov, just because I kind of know the lay of the land, I know that there's a mountain between that antenna, this is the PBS antenna, to my location. So I know that's part of the reason why I'm getting it's hard for me to get PBS even though it's so close. All right, let's go over here to Antennas Direct. So another thing I look at too is the band, UHF, VHF. So one thing I notice is that for these indoor HD antennas, it's very easy to pick up the UHF signals. So that's one thing you're going to get most of if you purchase an indoor HD antenna. And when you go out looking for an antenna in general, most outdoor antennas, they aren't going to say HD, they're going to say UHF, VHF. It's usually only the indoor antennas that just say HD. And when I say indoors, I'm talking about these flat antennas, these antennas with 30-mile range and so forth. So let's go to another channel. Let's go to a channel I didn't get. So channel 40, I didn't get with any of the antennas I use. So as you see right here, is that the distance? So okay, so distance over there. So just go to channel 40. So about 23 miles from me is what Antennas Direct is saying. WFCC is saying it's about 23 miles, so about the same distance. Let's go to Antop and see right here. So they're saying about the same distance, 22 miles, and No Cable is saying about 22 miles. So in general, it's about the same distance. So let's go back to fcc.gov and see if we can get a location on that. Let's go down here and so it's all the way up here. So let's see if we can zoom in right there. So I know it's a lot of mountains between me and them. Now, it has been cases where I moved the antenna and I was able to pick up channel 40. So but in general, it's the terrain, your distance. So that's something you want to take into consideration when you purchase an antenna. Now, going back to the results, you guys notice that I got the most channels with my homemade dollar store parts antenna. It's pretty much just a pattern. You know, I researched antennas and came up with that pattern, and I got a bunch of other patterns that I tried. I did a video on my dipole rabbit ear style antenna, which was still giving me good channels. I was actually using that antenna before I decided to, you know, make this video. But, you know, in general, folks, check your distance. Terrain is very important. You know, either of these websites will suffice when you looking for your distance, because in general they pretty much, you know, kind of close, maybe off by a mile or so. But fcc.gov/DTV maps, they show you the terrain, so I would say, you know, check them out first. But they don't have a big list of your channels. So that is it, folks. If you enjoy the content, do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. And I appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys next time.